Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? Are you still out there? Are you still watching? Are you still listening? Greetings and welcome back to the gallery with me, the curator and host, Robert Cooper. I know it's been several months since I last uploaded anything to my YouTube channel, The Gallery. And for that, I sincerely apologize. But I have a good reason. I've been busy these past several months with several projects, which I will show you and discuss in this episode. In the time that I've been away, I went to a hip-hop photo exhibit at Fotografiska in New York City. I also went to the photo walk in Brooklyn, New York City. I went to the Center of Photography of Woodstock, which is now in Kingston, and they had a photo fair doing this art fair. And I will show you highlights from that. But the biggest thing that I was involved in my time away was I curated my very first exhibit. That exhibit was called Can't Stop, Won't Stop, celebrating 50 years of hip hop. I curated that event with several other artists here in the capital region of New York, the team of Boogie Rez, DJ Thru Master, and the director of the Albany Center Gallery, which held the exhibit, Tony Iodisico. I hope I pronounced his name properly. If not, he'll kill me later. So I will show you highlights from that exhibit and also the opening night of that exhibit. I will also discuss the photography group that I started with a few other photographers here in the capital region. And last but not least, I will show you and talk about my photography zines that I created, which I will be bringing with me to a photo fair in Philadelphia at the end of this month, which is September. So there's a lot of catching up that I need to do in this episode. So please stay tuned. So back in May, I was granted a press pass to check out the Conscious, Unconscious Hip Hop exhibit that was being held at Fotografiska in New York City. This exhibit was full of photography that spans the entire 50 years that hip hop has been in existence. Everything from graffiti photography to performance photography to party photography to photo shoots of hip hop artists was in this exhibit. So many photographers contributed to this exhibit, including Jamel Shabazz, who you may remember from a few episodes back I did an interview with in the Bronx Museum of Art. Also, there was Mike Schreiber, Ricky Powell, rest in peace, Charlie Ahern, Joe Conzo, Martha Cooper, once again, no relations to me, and a whole bunch of other photographers. In June, I went back to New York City with a member of my photography group called Artsy Fartsy Photo Collective and a friend of hers. We went to Brooklyn for the photo walk. If you've never been to the photo walk in New York City, it's like being at a humongous open air photo exhibit with photos in trailers, large printed photos on canvas. It's just photography everywhere. It has photographies of all walks of life, all orientation, all ethnicities. Just a great big celebration of photography. Unfortunately, the day we went was a rainy day, so we only got to see a little bit of the photo walk in Brooklyn, and this is what I captured while I was there. After we left from the photo walk, we actually went to the International Center of Photography and walked around New York City after it stopped raining, but I wished I had spent more time at this photo walk. The very next month, me and that same member of the photo collective went on another field trip. This time we went to Kingston, New York for the inaugural Kingston Photo Festival, which was held by the Center of Photography in Woodstock, which actually moved from Woodstock to Kingston recently. This festival featured several exhibitions. There was a portrait studio. There was workshops for kids. There was also a photo book and zine fair. And it featured a showing of Wild Style, which is the very first hip-hop movie that was directed by Charlie Ahern. At the end of 2022, I had seen that Albany Center Gallery had an open call for artists to pitch an exhibit to be held at the gallery. So I thought this is the perfect time to pitch an exhibit to commemorate the 50th anniversary of hip hop. From the moment I realized that 2023 would mark the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I knew I either wanted to be a part of some kind of exhibition or I wanted to put on my own exhibition to commemorate this momentous occasion. My idea was actually for a variety of visual artists who were influenced by hip hop and whose artwork represents the spirit of hip hop. So I pitched the idea to the art director of the Albany Center Gallery, Tony Iadesico, and he was very much interested. He informed me that he knew of several other artists who would be very much interested in helping to put this exhibit together. One of those artists was DJ Thru, who I was very familiar with. Thru had the idea of putting together a 6-foot or a life-size subway, and it would be interactive, and people can, tag it with markers, put their own special tag on it. So he had been thinking about putting this together for years, and when the idea of the hip hop exhibit came around, that gave him an incentive to put this thing together for real. Then there was the duo of Boogie Rez, who had been putting together hip hop events in the upstate and capital area of New York for a few years now, and they would definitely be interested in putting this exhibit together. From there, we held an open call, and a variety of artists in the capital region of New York sent us their examples of their work, and we chose the best and the ones that most represented hip hop. We also had an open call for performing artists, and several of the local area hip hop artists and breakdance crews. They sent us examples of their work, and they were also included into this exhibit. Before our opening reception, we got some press from the local news agencies via television, and also a couple of the newspapers in the area interviewed us. We also got a blurb in Rolling Stone magazine, who did a list of activities to commemorate the 50th anniversary of hip hop.
Because they have a fabulous exhibit opening this week called Can't Stop, Won't Stop, celebrating 50 years of hip hop. I can't believe it. This, everybody, is Executive Director Tony Iadesico. Did I say that right? Yes. So this exhibit is going to be absolutely fantastic. It celebrates all iterations of hip hop. I mean, what are we looking at right back here, Tony?
So we got local artists from the underground in Albany.
From the poles and stuff.
Get out of your attention!
Break dancing in the middle of the train, getting your money, it's so good. But you said this exhibit has a name. What is it?
Yes, this train is called the Bronx Bomber because the person who's doing graffiti on this is from the Bronx.
I love it. And as we said, Bronx is the home base of hip hop, and everybody knows, just like J-Lo with On the Six, her first album, because she lived in the Bronx, so we'll get down to the city. Thank you guys so much, curators. Sending it back to you.
And right now, so I might not. Yeah, do you have your law binding things for that?
Yes, I do. You want that?
Yeah, no, we'll just get started here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold it up.
Okay.
Okay, so again, you're rolling, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll start again with your first and last.
Sure. What's the first one? What are you talking about?
I mean, just right on. Yeah, ignore that. Yeah.
True Master. T-R-U-E and then S-T-E-R-T-R-I-M-I-H-A.
Okay, and that's how you're DJ name. Like your actual name?
That's my actual name.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, just tell me a little bit about this idea you had for this piece here, this exhibit.
So I was kind of sitting on my stoop as a kid, waiting for the clock to arrive. And once again, I couldn't have,
Now people are celebrating 50 years of hip-hop throughout the country.
News 10 ABC's Karina Dominguez was at the Albany Center Gallery today, previewing what one local celebration will look like.
The Can't Stop, Won't Stop exhibit is featuring local artists from the Capital District. It'll be on display August 1st through September 2nd.
The idea for the hip-hop exhibit started with Albany Center Gallery issuing an open call to local artists. That's when photojournalist Robert Cooper reached out to the gallery to find out if they had anything planned for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. They worked with local artists like Thru Trimmingham to curate the displays.
We in the Capital District are taking the opportunity to celebrate this dynasty of a movement.
Trimmingham says some people did not believe the genre would stick around.
Here we are 50 years later, bigger than ever.
Cooper says it's a creative outlet that's grown in popularity outside of Black culture, but people often forget the struggles that contributed to the genre's birth.
You want the coolness of Blackness. You want the sound of Blackness, the lingo, but you don't want the troubles that come with it, which those troubles are what creates our music and our culture.
Both Trimmingham and Cooper say everyone's hip-hop experience is different, and that will be on full display during a reception on August 4th, where Trimmingham will be DJing and 11 artists will perform everything hip-hop, from spoken word to b-boy breakdancing.
50 years is come and gone. It was quick, and hopefully the next 50 years, hip-hop can improve on its culture and its sound and continue to be the CNN of Black culture.
Reporting in Albany, Karina Dominguez, News 10 ABC.
Artists across the Capital Region are hard at work creating art for an exhibit celebrating 50 years of hip-hop.
The Can't Stop, Won't Stop showcase kicks off tomorrow at the Albany Center Gallery. CBS 6's Imani Payne got a sneak peek of what's in store. She joins us now with what attendees can expect. And I know you won't stop either, Imani. Tell us more.
Oh, no, it was a blast. The artists I spoke with say they spent months working on and curating pieces for this exhibit. They hope their work reflects the true force that is hip-hop, where it's been and where it's going.
What's in a word? Well, when it comes to hip-hop, some would say it's 50 years of history.
Hip-hop means everything to me.
Thru Trimmingham is one of a group of artists and curators taking part in this exhibit at the Albany Center Gallery, celebrating 50 years of hip-hop.
It was our everyday way of life. You know, our friends rhyming with each other, us dancing to whatever music we had around us, us drawing on the street with chalk, not even realizing that that would later become graffiti.
It's influence and inspiration, which Thru drew from to create this 9-foot-tall replica of the 6 train in the Bronx, the borough credited as the birthplace of hip-hop. Exhibit attendees will be able to tag the subway car.
This is very intricate. How much time and passion?
About 2 months, right? About 2 months. To be able to take some of what has been a part of me as a small child and make a living off of it and be able to express myself creatively. It brings me so much joy because it's inside of me. It's my passion.
It's passion, reflected in the rhymes hanging on the wall, the colors, the chains, and this painting signed by Slick Rick himself.
I feel like energy is coming off of the wall from the pieces, from the people who created the pieces. Like, I know how much heart and soul went into all of these pieces because I can feel it when I look at it. They radiate, they vibrate off the walls.
It's hope, which photographer and curator Robert Cooper says hip-hop provides consistently, especially during uncertain times.
Hip-hop culture is the most dominant culture currently in America as far as music, fashion, and even political ideology. It was going to be just something that was going to last a few years and it will fade away. It went from that to being vilified, and now it's, like I said, it's the dominant culture.
It's opportunity.
Being able to interview and take photos of the people that I grew up listening to was, a beautiful thing for me.
Taking these artists all around the world to share their gifts.
Yeah.
Now I won't get in trouble for this,
No,
right?
you are not going to get in trouble. This is sanctioned.
Anywhere.
Anywhere, please and thank you.
And it's power. The power to create and to leave a lasting impression.
And now this will live on.
You will live on.
With the artwork.
Exactly.
It's really incredible.
Showing that it's so much more
Hip-hop is art
than just a word.
The free exhibit runs from August 1st through September 2nd. There will also be a reception held this Friday from 5 to 9 p.m., live performances and spaces for the community to create art of their own. For more information about the exhibit or the gallery, visit cbs6albany.com.
You got to do the Running Man. You need to knock it off. So look at this. So this is another iconic image, right? This is Slick Rick. And remember the gold chains? Everybody had the thick gold chains and the Adidas. Did you have Adidas, Robert?
I didn't.
What? We're going to have to get together and get you Adidas.
I was, you know.
So here's what you need to know, everybody. This exhibit is opening up August 1st. They're having a huge opening party this coming Friday from 5 to 9. It's free to the public, whether you come to the opening party where there's going to be live music, there's going to be DJs, there's going to be break dancing, there's going to be food, there's going to be drinks, or whether you come to the exhibit itself, that's Tuesday through Saturdays from 12 to 5. Now, of course, there's no hip hop without beats. And some of these exhibits here are interactive, so I'm just breaking it down with a little beat right here. And I love that this looks like the guy from Ultimate Fighter. Remember Robert? Body Blow.
That's Street Fighter, yes.
That's Street Fighter. That's so good. All right, go to albanycentralgallery.org for more information. And this exhibit is open to all. That's the latest from here, everybody. Come on, one more shot for the Running Man.
No thanks.
Sending it back to you, Dan.
Oh, man. You should do the Running Man. Would love to see that. All right, Tamani. Thank you very much. That does it
for my contribution to the exhibit. I gathered a bunch of my friends who I know are performing artists, visual artists, who were influenced by hip hop, and I asked them a series of questions related to their love and appreciation for hip hop. Opening reception was a major success. According to the Albany Center Gallery, it was the largest open reception they've ever had. I believe there was some 400 people who stepped through that day. I think it could have been more. We had graffiti outside. There was performances from the people who applied to the open call. A lot of the artists who were featured in the exhibit were there for the opening reception, and it was a great time. You know, it actually made me tear up. This was the absolute first time I've ever curated anything, and for it to be such a successful event was really humbling and heartwarming. Here are some of the highlights from that opening reception.
Crowd repeats, hit me, crowd repeats, powwow, crowd repeats, force. You rock it, it's the century, such a melody, our world, land of master jam, chase your dreams about your body, socialize your soul. It's a dream, rock it, crowd repeats, shock it, crowd repeats, everybody sing, crowd repeats, Planet Rock, crowd repeats, the short shot, crowd repeats, Planet Rock, crowd repeats, the short shot, crowd repeats, twist and turn, you got body, bounce, pounce, hit me, taste the funk, just hit me, man, body so funky. So you know I ain't stressed, for the people in the blessed, stay blessed, where y'all at? Get in the street like ain't nothing new, ain't nothing new, ain't nothing new, ain't nothing new. You know the right, this one's protected, the voices are heard, that pose opposition to white collar words. Easiest being out first, mistakes originated become worse. They did the same to the great Bob Marley, Flavor Cootie, Fred Hampton, Dr. King, all revolutionary we wanted to bring. Equal rights to all, knowledge and peace within. Rise up against the government, and it happens next.
See, now don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna front like knocking the boots wasn't how some of us got here, because it might be. But back in the day, if you got too close, you ended up someone's wifey. Take me back to them times when men didn't mind taking every little step to reach that love that made your heart burst. Back when men didn't mind putting the ladies first.
You've been on my mind today. You've been on my mind today. So baby, I'm gonna find a way. Baby, I'm gonna find a way. Guess what I've been trying to say?
Attractive sisters in style. That year we worked hip hop and basketball into our legs. Danced in the talent shows with Fartsy, DJ, Space Jam. I learned to butterfly for the first time. Had to borrow my father's jeans because I didn't own my own. And how, I wondered, would the preacher's daughter win a Grammy wearing only skirts? Then Missy taught me the meaning of super duper fly, rocking a garbage bag. 1997, I graduated from 8th grade.
So that I stay low, yo, Presidente, call me El Jefe. I be on the playa getting faded on a Wednesday. Got me on vacation trying to be a residente. Doing irrefutable, so there's nothing they can say. Work then play, money over everything. I do it better than anybody that's ever done it.
After the hip hop exhibit, I contributed photos to Life Through the Lens, which was put on by Black Dimensions in Art, which is a local organization here in the Capital Region that promotes Black art and Black artists. The exhibit was curated by Clifford Oliver. This exhibition was a showcase of Black photographers in and around the capital area of New York. I contributed 6 photos to the Life Through the Lens exhibit. A photo of schoolgirls walking down the street in Jamaica, 2 Black bikers at a Hells Angels rally, my friend Tarishi in New Haven with a bright blue mural behind him, my friend Tarishi once again walking on the shores of Big Sur in California, a friend of ours also on the beach of Big Sur, California, and Keela Miles during a video shoot. Other artists in this exhibit include Tom Williams, my good friend Natasha Samuels, Diana Blaine Fine, Asia Devon Harris, Fred Moody, J. Deanna Cognetta Whitfield, as well as contributions from the legendary photographer Anthony Barboza. There was an opening reception with several of the photographers were on hand to speak to the people who was viewing the art. See DJ Thru Master as the conductor of music for the evening.
which is right over there on that wall, of a footprint on a rock. After this young gentleman was rafting, and he stepped on the rock, and he was like, "Ooh, this feels so good. You're freezing." And he stepped on this nice warm rock, and we look back at it. That was the image that he saw. He took. I bought that picture 20 years ago. That is a piece from the one and only Cliff Oliver. Please make some noise for us. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank all you photographers for contributing. I am hanging in such good company, literally hanging in good company. They should thank you. And if anybody wants to know anything about this show, ask my wife.
I am a board member of Black Dimensions in Art, and I'm here with a fellow board member, Daisha Devon Harris, right over here, one of the photographers in the show. All right, let's give her a hand. I also want to acknowledge Joe Mastriani, who is one of the leading people who we work with in putting this show together, as well as the director, executive director of the organization. All of this could not happen. Yes, all of this could not happen, without your support, the community support. We'll also want to acknowledge the fact that Black Dimensions in Art is the. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? All right. Black Dimensions in Art is the sponsoring organization for this particular exhibit. We are delighted to partner with the Art Center here in Troy. It's this kind of partnership that I think bodes well for the future. Community, arts, and I think a positive future for all of us, for our children, so that they can learn and see the kind of works and creativity that's so important and endemic in terms of expanding the opportunities for communication and strengthening this nation, quite frankly. Right? This is what we need. And this kind of work here, I think, is very much, and I want to thank Clifford Oliver as well, because without his vision, without his concept, this show could not exist. So let's give him a massive photographer. There are a number of photographers who are here. Can I see the photographers who are actually in this show? Would you identify yourselves? Okay, your name? Okay, Fred Moody. Robert Cooper. Daisha Harris. Tom Williams. Daisha Devon Harris. Okay. And so please take some time and speak with all of these artists, these photographers, these incredible people. Black Dimensions in Arts in 2025 will be celebrating our 50th anniversary.
A couple weeks after the opening reception, there was a artist dinner and conversation, which was more just having dinner, and then we walked around and talked to people once again.
Don't be afraid to live for it.
You gotta go back. You have no mic. You gotta pretend.
I'm just very nervous, but I'm I'm so glad you're all here. Good evening, good people. I am Thru of Abbreviated Black Dimensions in Art. And thanks to the largesse of the Art Center of the Capital Region, I present to you Life Through the Lens, an exhibition of photography challenging notions of representation by showcasing the work of artists of the African diaspora who offer their visions of their worlds.
Since 1970, the Photo Regional has been held every year in the capital area of New York. Each year is held at a different location, and this year is being held at the Albany Center Gallery, the same gallery where I had the hip hop exhibit. The Photo Regional has two parts. The first part is all the submissions from the photographers within a 125-mile radius of Albany. Once those photos are on display, there is usually one or more judges who decide which photos will then become part of the select show. This year I submitted 2 photos, both of them from when I was in Detroit back in February. The first one is of the Renaissance Center with a bunch of American flags in front of it waving. The second one was I took pictures of these 2 mirror balls, I guess you can say, with part of the city reflected in the balls, and that's the photo that they selected. Once the photos are selected for the select show, they will be on display for another couple of weeks until the exhibit is over with. Back in September, I participated in the 2020 Photo Fest and Book Fair in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It was held at the Cherry Street Pier. I was a part of the photo book fair, which featured photographers from various locations who were selling their photography books and zines, as well as several different publication companies that also publish and create photography books and zines as well. The photo fair also included artist talks, workshops, and an exhibit with local photographers, and the theme was how the natural world influences a photographer's vision. I brought with me 5 of my photography zines that I created using MagCloud and Blurb. In the future, maybe I'll do an episode on how to put photography zines together. This was my table right here. Doesn't it look pretty? The zines I brought with me include Unapologetic, a collection of photos I took of Black women with natural hairstyles. Night Scene, Kingston, photos I took in 2016 when I visited Kingston, Jamaica. Elements, my hip-hop photography over the past 15 years, just in time for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Stage Show, a collection of photos I have taken over the past 15 years of dancehall and reggae concerts. Scenes from the 313, a collection of photos I have taken through my various visits to Detroit, Michigan, and captured on 35mm, a collection of my film photography. Shout out to Nick Jenkins, who watches the show and purchased one of my photography zines. Last but not least, Artsy Fartsy Photo Collective. This collective I've started with my good friend Sina, and we have at least 4 members at this moment. We've held one workshop where we used transparent photos and a projector and created collages with them. It's part of a Healing Through Art workshop at the Sanctuary for Independent Media in Troy, New York. I thank each and every last one of you who made it to the end of this episode. I thank you all for sticking around in my several months hiatus. Hopefully, it won't be another few months before I upload another video. If you are interested in purchasing my photography zines, I will leave the link to each and every last one of them in the description below. I would also like to implore every last one of you who hasn't already to follow me on Instagram. And my 3 pages on Instagram are, the first one, which is the main one, is R. Cooper Photography. After that is the film page, which is R. Cooper Shoots Film. The third and last page is the page that has all of the episodes of this vlog, the gallery. You can find that on Instagram at R. Cooper The Gallery. Also, don't forget, you can also come to my website, which is Robert Cooper Media, and I have photo prints that you can purchase and other things that you can take a look at on my website, which is, once again, robertcoopermedia.com. I give thanks to each and every last one of you. Until the next time, which hopefully won't be several months again, blessed love.